Welcome to another weekly haul pickup video where I've got this little bunch here. So let's take a look at what I got this week. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Welcome to this weekly episode of my pickups. A little bit there. I went to CX a couple of times this week, so I did pick a couple of bits up in there. A few bits through the post that I haven't shown. Yes. So there were two big releases that I got. I'll do them first. So the first one, and I've done an opening for both of these, is the Mondo steelbook for Captain America Civil War. Fantastic. I do like the Mondo steelbooks for the Marvel films. I do get them all, even though it means me double dipping on Marvel. Yeah. And when they've all come out, I'm going to do a ranking of them, of my opinion on the artwork. Because I do think that the later ones, even though nice, are very busy, and that the earlier ones, a lot more thought went into them, you know. Yeah. And then the next one, which I believe is out tomorrow officially, and that is the Zavi exclusive steelbook for Back to the Future. Again, I've done an opening for this, and it's just great to get a steelbook again with the original poster art on. So to get all three of them will be great. I did quibble about this one sometime. Had it ordered, cancelled it, had it ordered, cancelled it, ordered it again, and they took the money straight away, because it was at that point where they were available. So there we go. But, you know, Back to the Future is a classic films, and there's no denying that. So next up, some CEX pickups. I picked up the movie Morgan, Anya Taylor-Joy, early film of hers, from producer Ridley Scott, and I was told by one of my commenters that it's directed by Ridley Scott's son. Apparently so. I've not seen that. That's a blind buy. And then I did pick up Jet Li in the one for £6. Yes, I've got to take all these stickers off. With Jason Statham in it. It's a film that I've not seen in a long time. Oh, look. Underneath, there was another old sticker underneath. So I'm going to have to get the old lighter fluid on that. Lighter fluid is the best thing you can use to remove. Yeah, I'll sort that out later. Then for £3.50 I picked up Doom, Carl Urban and Dwayne Johnson. Again, a film I've not seen for a long time. I know it's based on a game. Yeah. One that I picked up that I've got to send to Matt, because I know that ages ago, like a long time ago, Matt said to me, if you're on your rounds in CEX and you see a couple of James Bond films that he's after in like, you know, cases like this, I know Octopus is one of them, and I saw it. And this is after about a year of him asking me, and I do remember things like that. So I messaged him and said, that is one you need, isn't it? So I've got to send that out to Matt, so that will be coming at some point. And I've got Punisher Dirty Laundry, which is a short starring Thomas Jane, where he returned as the Punisher. Ron Perlman also stars in it. It's kind of unofficial film, shall we say. It's only 10 minutes long, but as a big Punisher fan, you know, I wanted to get this, have this as part of my Punisher collection, because it's nice to see Thomas Jane back in that role again, as he should have had a sequel. He was so dedicated to that character. He really was. He was pushing for the sequel, and I don't know out of order what happened. There we go. £1 for Marley and me. Mrs. has watched it already. I did get Season 5 of Earth Final Conflict come through. This is a Region 1 version. So that leaves me with Seasons 2 and 3 to source. Probably from Germany or somewhere like that. I'm not going in any rush to get them. I'll probably get one again when I get paid. Then a month later I'll get the other one, something like that. There's the discs inside. Just one of those TV series from the 90s that, you know, that I enjoyed at the time, and yeah, fancy sort of rewatching. And I've got season 1 on a UK release. That was the only DVD release we got over here for the show, season 1. I have season 4 from Germany, season 5 from US. So it's going to be a mismatch of regions on the series, but that don't bother me. It's a case of getting them from wherever I can. And the last 2 pickups I got, if you remember last week, I did pick up a copy of The Punisher. Did I show that last week, or was that this week? I can't remember. That one there, that Region 1 DVD of The Punisher, which I've done an opening for. I can't remember when I got that, but there we go. If I showed it last week, I cannot recall. So there you go. But I got 2 more DVDs, same film again, just with different artworks. Yeah, that's that one inside. And this one here, I mean the backs are the same. Backs are the same. This one here is like so, again, but, and I do have this somewhere as well. There is a small comic book in there, and there's the Russian. This is what that's based upon. This gives you a bit of story from... This basically reprints Steve Dillon and Garth Ennis's comic book fight of him, Frank Castle, fighting the Russian, which in the film, as you know, occurs. And if you know the film, I mean, look, you know, using the toilet, you know, that's straight in there. Bit with the fridge, that's in there. What I call sort of, this is where the Punisher had sort of Looney Tunes kind of humour to it. You know, and there's a scene where he breaks a gun here, but in the film he like bends it. Do you know what I mean? And here he uses, he throws piping hot pizza into his face, but in the film it's, again, it's like, you know, a bowl of stew or something that gets thrown into him. But in here he actually kills him by throwing the fat fella onto him and suffocating him underneath. Yeah, this is when Garth Ennis first jumped onto the Punisher. Garth Ennis, the writer, who's a fantastic writer and was great on the Punisher, had to make the violence very cartoony, because this was still, it wasn't him with the gloves off. After he'd done a run like this, he then done a run called Max, Marvel Max Punisher, and in that the gloves were off, and that was proper violence and proper done for, you know, for adults. And here you've got some artwork by Tim Bradstreet, who was the cover artist for the Punisher for a lot of this run. That's an image you may have seen behind me a lot, because I've got that as a sort of canvassy style poster type thing that I hang up at times. It's actually behind the door. You may have seen it in my room tour that I done earlier today. This is part 2. I would have shown that in that. But there we go. So 2 more versions of the Punisher, and these were only cheap. These were only, you know, pennies essentially. And you do have that in it as well. And I hate that cover, that DVD cover for the Punisher. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. You know, out of that one and when this one came about, I much preferred this, because I remember having the poster for this up in my, 2 houses ago, my man cave was actually the attic. I'd converted the attic in, and it was great. It was great having a man cave up there. It's completely my own space. I had to climb a ladder to get up into it, as opposed to stairs going up or something like that. You know, the ladder that came down, but it was all boarded out, posters up there and all this. It was great. Carpeted it. yeah, and I had that poster then on the wall, and this was back in the sort of early 2000s. Fantastic stuff. Anyway, that's me done for another week, and I shall see you. Well, when I see you, obviously, keep an eye on lots of stuff coming on the channel, and keep it coming. I'll see you soon. Take care all, and goodbye.